Hi guys, welcome back. Okay, today is the first video on color picking. I'm going to do a little exercise that's going to be kind of fun. Here is a brand new, still in the box, Prismacolor 150. I'm going to take these pencils, put them in a box, and randomly pick 3 and see what the color blends become. Okay, randomly choosing the colors is my way of demonstrating what a new person to coloring who doesn't really know color blending would probably end up doing. And then I'm going to show you after it how to tweak that up and choose colors that are better and create better blends. So let's take all these pencils. We're going to randomly mix them up in the box. So, there's nothing like new pencils. I've never colored with these. I have to mark them that they go together, or they'll get mixed up in some of my other sets. I think I'm going to do that now. When I put them back in their box, I'll mark them. Okay, that's all of them. Now we'll just get rid of this. Okay, now I'm going to mix them up. Okay. I'm going to take the bottom out, the sides. That's going to take me a minute because I think on this box I taped them down. And I will be right back. I'm going to cover it up just enough for my hand to reach in and pick 3 pencils for each blend. Okay, I've closed up the box. You can see the pencils are in there. Shake it up. I'm going to pick out 6 random trios. Okay, we have 1. I'm trying to pick them out from different areas in the box in case some of them stuck next to each other. Okay. 2. 3. 4. 5. And 6. Okay. Get that over to the side. That I'm going to rubber band them so that they don't get mixed up. Now what we're going to do is we're going to take these pencils. They represent random pencils that a new beginner would possibly choose or pick up or not know how to use. And we're going to see if they're going to look good in a palette or a blend. Let's see. This is not going to be a color theory per se exercise at all, but there are a few words that I put down here. We've talked about these words in the past, and I will link a color theory video that I did for new people if you're confused about this, but I do have to refer to some of these words just to get through this. You're going to take your colors, your Parma Violet, and it could be anything, your lime peel, and your peacock green. Now you kind of have to look carefully at these colors. Eventually, after looking at these colors so much, you will be able to do this in a snap. It just takes a little bit of learning at the beginning. So I'm going to take my peacock green. Okay. And I'm going to look at it, and I'm going to say to myself, I see a little blue in it, and I see a little green. So this pencil really is blue-green. Okay? Now we take the lime peel. Let's take a look at lime peel. And what do you see in lime peel? Well, I definitely see green. But what side is it hailing from? Look on my wheel. Yellow. So this is a green yellow as opposed to a green blue. So let's put green yellow. And my third one is Parma Violet. Simply look at the wheel. It's kind of in between here. It's leaning towards the redder side. It's got a little of both because colors can do that. It's got a little bit of both because, of course, it's purple. But if I had to really classify it, it's more of a red purple than a blue purple. So I'm going to put this as red, as purple red. Okay, so I have these three colors. Will they look good mixed? And that's where I have to look at this side. I have blue, blue-green, and green-yellow. So if we look over here, and then the purple-red, I've got the three primary colors going in this mix. Okay, all three of them. When you mix all three of your primary colors, unfortunately, it turns to mud. It's a way of making brown. And if you don't mix it carefully, it's not so good. So I'm going to say that these colors make a good palette. They could be used next to each other beautifully. But as you could see, when you mix these colors together, it's not awful, but it's not vivid or anything I would really choose to use as a large amount of color on a page. Maybe in doing the tip of something, it wouldn't make a difference. It's okay as a palette on the paper. So it's palette friendly, blending not friendly. Okay, let's move on to the next so that you really get an idea of how I do this. And in my mind, I do this very quickly. I don't have to write it out. I do test them. I do test my colors, but I don't have to write it out and figure it out with the chart. You will not have to do that either. This is just how I break it down in my brain if I had to break it down 1, 2, 3 into steps. So here we have mineral orange, we've got pale vermilion, and we have yellow, deco yellow. I'm already saying to myself, these make a good blend, and without even testing them. They're what we call analogous colors. They sit next to each other on the color wheel. Anything that sits next to each other on the color wheel are related. They're harmonious, color harmony. They blend together to look pleasing. These are harmonious colors. They will blend nicely, and let's take a look. I don't even have to break down what's in them. I already know. So here we have pale vermilion. And let's mix in a little bit of mineral orange. And we'll top it off with some yellow. And we can go all the way through with that yellow. And yes, this makes a very nice coral color. Beautiful. Did that like that in my brain. I know that that works. So we're going to go with a palette, yes. Blend, yes. Why? They are analogous. Next color combination. Okay, we have a dark umber. We've got a pink rose, and we have an ultramarine. I'm going to say no. These will not look good as a blend. The dark umber has a mixture of red, green. I mean, if you're putting in a paint can, and it's almost on the grayer side of brown. Nice and dark. It's a pretty color. Very nature-like color. But when you add that red into it, and I can already tell you without even testing, and I've never tested this, it's going to bring out ugly. That is probably the definition of mud. And if I add a blue in there, it's going to get even worse. Now, if I was looking for a red-brown, I'd go straight over to sienna. I'd go over to burnt ochre. Those are on the red or brown, and you don't even have to think about mixing your browns. So this is a palette. No, not really. I don't think would ever come into nature or anything where I'd be using that. And blend, definitely not. Now, you could do this with every combination that you could pick out of the box. It's a good exercise, I guess, to do, to get your color matching so that it goes over and over, like you can just know it. Okay, so here we have mulberry, sienna brown, and I'm throwing in bronze. Okay, bronze is definitely a brown green, without a doubt. We got definite brown green going in there. In fact, it is a very close match to the green ochre. Just the way it comes out. Now we're going to add in sienna brown, which is red. You've got green, you've got red, you've got green, red. Complementary colors. Opposite on the color wheels. They don't mix. But I will tell you this, there's a secret behind this. that I will tell you in just a minute. It makes great ground cover. And let me put in some mulberry. Because when you are outside, so many colors are mixed up to make dirt, it gives you that pleasing feeling, that nice, earthy, good feeling. You're so used to seeing it with your eye because every bit of dirt outside is from magnesium and calcium, and it's all these different minerals blending together to make soil, that this in little doses does look good as a palette. So we're going to go palette, yes, blend, not so much. I'm going to give it a negative. It will look good as a palette with a little bit of overlapping on it. And here you have your palette going together. And that's not bad. Would I personally choose mulberry? Probably not. If I was doing a picture, I don't think I would pick up mulberry as this color for the ground color, but I would probably go with a sienna brown, which also has the red. The mulberry has the red. You can get away with it. So that's my opinion on that. Now we have an interesting combination here. We've got lemon yellow, muted turquoise, and burnt ochre. Right now I could tell you it's a mud trio. And why? Burnt ochre is a red brown. You've got, so you have red, brown. Brown has red, yellow, and green, blue in it. Mixed it up depending on your combination. I'm adding in the yellow. Now, together, that's not horrible. It can blend. 2 pencil blends are much easier than 3. That would work. But add that blue in there. And you got mud. So on this 3 pencil combination, I would say almost yes to the palette, but no to the blend. Okay, and the last one, we've got light green, powder blue, and chocolate. It's actually going to work, and I'm going to show you why. You're going to be hitting into the French grays with this color combination. And I'm going to put the green and the powder blue together. And that's a very nice combination. I've used this combination before. That's how I know. This is definitely one of my go-to color combos. when you add in the brown, now you don't add in too much where you're going to get rid of this color, this green-blue, but when you add it in, it will blend okay. Will it for nature scenes? Does it look better as a palette? Yeah, it does. But if you keep going, mixing these three together, I've done this on bark. You get a very pleasing, very nature, French gray type of color. And that's just from experience that I know that this combo is okay. I think because it relies heavily on the green, because there's green in, well, there's not really green in the powdered blue, but there's blue in the green. So these two will always look good together. And the green would become much more dominant. And then add it in with the brown, as long as it's not covering up too much, it becomes like French gray bark type of color. And then you can add in, keep going to do and see how nice this goes. So I'm going to say palette, definitely yes. Blend is a yes. And that's my 6 random colors and how I can spot it like that just by using a couple of terms and a color wheel. I will link my color wheel video so that you guys can look back on that. I hope you enjoyed this. We will see you tomorrow with a video on really weird combos that I did not think would work. I'll see you there. Bye.